Hey guys, Chris in Retro. It's been a while since I've been on the show. Life's been pretty busy. I haven't really had time for the show. My day job's kept me pretty busy. Family's kept me pretty busy. You may have seen videos or seen ads out. I published my second book, Ignite, Chaos, Consequences, and Clawing My Way Back. Just generally speaking, things have been fairly busy, so I just haven't had time to put effort into the show, and I always want to make sure we're improving what we're doing on Chris in Retro. So today I'm just figured I'd make a video, and this is really a sign of gratitude video more than anything, but I'm also going to share a few things I've learned over the last few days. But 8 years I wasn't able to drive because of the choices I made. 8 years. And so to do anything for 8 years was going to be Uber, car rides, walks, all that other stuff. Well, today I have a small little thing I'm doing. Girls are in school. Our youngest son is at home with me today, and we get in the car and drive to see Mom to just do a quick lunch and then head back. In the past, that wasn't even an option. I would have had to get an Uber or something, probably $60, $70 each way. Not really feasible. And so now I get in the car and we can go grab lunch. It's not a big thing, but for us and our family, it's a way to stay connected. And I have a tremendous amount of gratitude for this gift that I have today. So, these are things that are important to me. And today, I'm not driving a fancy car. I'm driving a 27-year-old Cadillac, and I don't have a car payment on it. And I love my car. I feel like it's a time machine. It doesn't even have a CD player or anything in it. I had to buy an extra device to even be able to play music through my phone on it. But these are the things that I enjoy in life. So things are a little more simple and allow me to live life rather than just walk past it every single day. There was a lesson I've learned over the last, it's really been since school started, and it started with a struggle with my youngest daughter. She's 4, and she's in UPK, and she hates school. Doesn't like school at all, for a lot of reasons. One of it, she hates getting out of bed in the morning. She's a homebody. But one of the challenges she's had some bullying in school, and she's had a couple of boys that are a little bit aggressive, and one's decided to hit her in school, which the school is less than thrilled about my opinion about that, but that's not really my problem, that's their problem. But as we work through that, it's created an environment where my daughter is not happy about going to school. And so we've had to figure out a way to crack the code of her desire to be in school. And as over time, we just have really been not that successful. She's crying, she's throwing a fit, she won't put her clothes on. It's just been a delight every morning to say it as calmly as I can. Over the last few days, we found, a couple things that have worked, and I'm not ashamed to say some of it's bribery. My daughter loves pink frosted donuts, and so we've decided that pink frosted donuts we're going to get on the way to school in the morning, and that seems to help. She likes apple juice, so those little apple juices with the little cartoon characters on the nozzle thing on top, we found a place that does those, that does the pink donuts too, so that's just a little bit out of the way on the way to school, and it seems to work. The other thing too is to help get her dressed before she even wakes up, so the day's already started for her before she even has an opportunity to make a decision about how that day is going to look, and that's helped. Today, the result of that, between a Sonic the Hedgehog apple juice, a pink frosted donut, having her dressed and ready to go, we added one more component, music. And we danced in the car, and it was a song actually the other day we were working on her Power Wheels, putting stickers on her Power Wheels, and she was doing some work on her heavy bag. She's kind of funny actually as a sidebar. She's got a 3-strike combination at 4 years old. Jab, cross, low leg kick, that's pretty awesome to watch her do. But we were down in the garage messing around with some of that stuff, and a song came on that she liked, and she was dancing that, having a good time. Well, today on the way to school we played that song with her donut and her apple juice and her clothes all ready to go, and it just utterly changed her mood, and we had a great experience this morning, and she was happy going to school, and everything changed. Now, why am I getting into this whole story about raising a 4-year-old in a school that's not paying attention to bullying? Well, it's this. It applies to life, and the whole reason why I'm driving right now after 8 years, and why I get to go up and have lunch with my son and his mom, is because none of this stuff happens overnight. We didn't solve Nova's dilemma. We didn't solve my dilemma. None of this stuff happened overnight, and there were many frustrating seasons in between. Sometimes it just seemed like there was no win going to ever happen. But they say progress over perfection, and that couldn't be possibly more demonstrated than both in the fact that I'm driving, on top of it when it comes to what's going on with my daughter on a much lesser degree, And the fact is that we don't have to do everything today to get all of our goals and everything we want. We don't have to, and honestly, it's an unrealistic expectation to try to do every single thing today to get every single thing back that you want. You just can't do it. Some days you don't even have the energy. So you hear people talk about showing up and having the best version of yourself in the morning. Couldn't be more true than when you're trying to get your life back. So today, if you find yourself in the middle of your comeback, or if you're on the other side of it, or if you're just getting started, maybe you just left incarceration, maybe you just got out of rehab, maybe you're just heading into rehab, you're still making progress. Now, it's not getting you everything back. If you're just going into your court proceeding, you have no idea how that's going to play out, but you're making progress because now all this chaos is becoming more known. It's all getting narrower and narrower down to a set of few things you know what to do with, rather than, as in my life, in active use, everything was chaotic. Nothing had an end in mind. No dreams were even present for me. Now, I understand that if I just make progress today, I show up with the very best version of me that I can bring today, and it might not be the best version of me ever, but it's just enough for me today because it's all I can bring to the table, and I should accept the fact I can do that. I can still make progress not being on my A game. I can still do something today, even if it's small. I'll use this example. I'm not an avid reader. Sammy has gotten me into reading since I've been with her over the last 6 years, and I enjoy it. But I've always felt like I had to sit down and read the whole book. And man, I don't co-sign that at all. I don't have the attention span for it. I get about, at max 1.5 chapters into it, and I'm about to throw the book out the window and never read again. But I still find the value in putting new information in my head, and books are a lot of ways for me to do that. So what I've done is I've given myself the grace to understand that if I read in a day, I always have a book that I'm working on. If I read a paragraph, a page, a chapter, 2 chapters, doesn't matter. I read that day and I made progress. Same thing in our life, same thing with my daughter. We don't have to get it all figured out in one shot. I don't have to read the whole book. I don't have to read the whole elephant, as they say. All I'm doing is taking a bite, doing a piece, making progress, and doing the very best I can do today with the energy I bring, the mindset that I have, and the tools that I have within my capability today that are in my toolbox to use. I hope this is encouraging to you today, because these are lessons that are very powerful in my life. And right now, on the other side, I have a tremendous sense of gratitude. And that gratitude for me right now is driving a 27-year-old car in a little bit of a snow, 35 minutes, to go eat a quick lunch with my girl and my son, to turn around and be able to drive 35 minutes back home to make sure I get the girls off the bus in time. These are all things I could accomplish, but they were tremendously difficult for a long time. And now I just got to get in and make sure the car is warm enough for my son. Hope you guys have a great day. Hope this was beneficial to you. I'll be back on the channel now, getting more content back out to you. Apologize for being away for a while, but at some point you just have to work with what you've got for energy, and I didn't have it. So with everything else going on, I just didn't have it. But I'm back in the game here. Thank you so much. If you get a chance, check out my book on Amazon, Ignite Chaos, Consequences, and Clawing My Way Back. It's a self-published book. You may find some errors in it. I apologize for that, but just hear it for what the intent is, and I hope you enjoy that as well. Between now and the next time we talk, I'm going to do everything I can to stay out of trouble. I hope you do too.